Hello, welcome to the DMS Online School. In today's video, we will revise these biology questions with me, the DMS Online School teacher. For those who want online tuitions for biology for 2025, the tuitions are available. You can contact me on 0977 9241 75. 0977 9241 75 for further information. Okay, so let's go straight into the revision. Figure 1.0 shows a plant cell. This is a plant cell, we have been told so, and it has the parts B pointing at this point, then C pointing at that point, A pointing at that point. Then question A, Roman numeral 1, says name the parts labeled A, B, and C. So let's label the part A. So this part A, which is the central part of the cell with the space here, it is known as the vacuole. Then B, which is this substance here, this part here, it's known as the nucleus. Then C, this layer here, it is known as the cell membrane. Okay. Name the organ in the plant in which figure 1.0 is found. Give a reason for your answer. So when we come here, this is, when we check at this plant cell, it is rectangular in shape. Since it is rectangular in shape, we can conclude that this is a palisade cell and it has got these particles in it. These are chloroplasts. So since it has chloroplast and it is rectangular in shape, the part of the cell in which it is found should be the leaf. Okay, so organ of the plant is leaf. Now what could be the reason? We are saying it has chloroplast for photosynthesis and rectangular shape. Then B, describe two adaptations of the cell in figure 1.0 which enables it to carry out its functions. So that cell, what are adaptations or features that it has which enables it to carry out its functions? One, that cell has chloroplast for photosynthesis. We can also say that it has large surface area for absorption of light. Then C, explain what would happen to the cell in figure 1.0 above if it was placed in a test tube containing distilled water. So if that cell was to be placed in a test tube containing distilled water, now there are two environments here. We have the cell environment and the test tube environment. And these environment have got substances with different concentration. The cell has got the cell sap, which is a solution of sugar and salts at high concentration, while the test tube contains distilled water, which has no substances in it. So in this case, we can conclude that the cell content is at high concentration, while the test tube content is at low concentration. And therefore, when the cell is placed in a test tube containing distilled water, one or two things may happen. In this case, osmosis, which is the movement of water from the dilute solution to a more concentrated solution. So the test tube is dilute because it has distilled water, pure water, while the cell is concentrated. Therefore, water will move by osmosis from the cell, from the test tube to the cell. So we are saying water would move into the cell by osmosis because the cell sap in the vacuole has a higher solute concentration than the distilled water. This would cause the cell to swell. Okay. Let's move to this. Figure 1.1 shows two generalized cells F and G. of living organisms. So we have H or cell F here, and this part labeled H. We have cell G and this part labeled I, and this part labeled J. A, Roman numeral 1, identify the part labeled H, like this part, that is the cell membrane. So this one is an animal cell, it has the cell membrane. Then Roman numeral 2, how does part H differ from I? So how does this part H, this layer here, differs from this part here, which is the cell wall? So we can say that H is selectively permeable while I is fully permeable. Yeah, so the cell membrane is selectively permeable, which means that it selects what enters and leaves the cell, while I, which is the cell wall, is fully permeable, meaning that it doesn't select. It allows most of the substances to go in and out of the cell. Okay. Roman numeral 3 says explain the function of structure labeled J, like this structure labeled J, the vacuole. What is the function? We are saying stores nutrients, water, and waste products. Then Roman numeral 4 says to which group of living organisms does cell F belong? Like this cell F here, to which group of organisms does it belong? So that one belongs to animal. Then B, figure 1.2 shows the cell organization levels in multicellular organisms. So this is cell organization levels in multicellular organisms. Multicellular organisms are organisms that have multiple cells. Okay, so this is the level organelles, then we have K, tissues, M, system, organism. So the level of organization starts from organelles, then you have this one should be the cell, then tissues, then organ, then system, then organism. So when they say identify the parts labeled K and M, so this K is cell, then M organ. Okay, so we are saying K cell, then M organ. Then Roman numeral 2 says state the level of cell organization at which muscles would be found. So the muscles are found at the tissue. Then 3, give one example of a system in plants and in animals. In plants we can have the transport system, and then in animals we can have the circulatory system. Okay, so we have come to the end of the revision for biology, of which we are already doing lessons and revision through past paper questions. So if you want to join, you can WhatsApp me on 0977 924175, where we have given our learners to answer this question and this question and this question and this question, which will be revised in the next lesson. So if you want to take part of this, you can WhatsApp me on 0977 924175, so that we can tell you the conditions for you to join. The earlier you join, the better. Thank you for watching for now. Bye, and see you in the next revision.